Alright, man, free Big ZOOCCI, man. Hey, what the is wrong with the SA hip hop industry? This video is by my brother YL Talks, one of the biggest, most respected producers in the country.
And suddenly you can't drop music. Your songs get taken down. You are fighting your label. And then a politician goes on a podcast and says you are battling legal issues and even lost your car.
Aye.
Yep, that's where we are right now. This is the situation surrounding ZOOCCI Coke Dope. And if you've been seeing hashtag free ZOOCCI online, even me, I did it. Now you know it's not just a fan drama. It's something real. Something real is happening behind the scenes. Let's talk.
I think I got one of the best fan bases in the whole country for sure.
For sure.
I got some of the biggest, the best and biggest fan base, the most loyal, most supportive fan base in the country. I love all of them.
Why you got ZOOCCI looking like an alien with this filter, bruv?
Sure.
How did you cultivate that to make sure that your core rocks with you regardless?
I guess I was real and people could relate, and those that could relate are still around today. I was real, man. I told my story and people related.
I like that, bro.
Wait, before we even get into the mess, let's establish something. ZOOCCI isn't random, no. He's one of the most respected producers in modern SA hip-hop.
Goated. I feel like even ZOOCCI changed things for Pitori, boy.
Bro, worked with heavy names, built a signature sound, bridged producer and artist lanes. He's not just behind the walls, he's part of the culture. So when
This is what you call a proper producer, not just a beat maker. ZOOCCI Coke is actually a flippin' producer. He puts everything together, the design, the aesthetic, the sound, not just cooking the beats, bro. He's like a Kanye. He's one of the last few of those, bruv. He's like a visionary, bro, when it comes to this music shit.
somebody like that starts publicly expressing frustration, you pay attention. Now here is where it gets complicated though. ZOOCCI has publicly described his situation with the record label Stay Low as a bad deal. According to his own statement, he alleges that his signature was forged on a contract. He even suggested that he was robbed. And he claims that this contract has prevented him from releasing new music freely. Let me repeat that carefully. These are his allegations because there's no confirmed court judgment publicly resolving the matter yet.
You feel what I'm saying, man? But yeah, we got some shit, man. We got some shit. You know, the day I'm allowed to drop music, if ever, then you'll get it. But if I don't ever drop, then you know what happened. So, and this is for everybody who takes all my commentary.
Somebody's tweeting they can't buy yourself out the contract. Brother, they said he lost his car. How is he supposed to buy himself out the contract, dude?
How people take commentary out of context, boy. You feel what I'm saying? I like take commentary out of context, and you know, that's why I ain't even on Twitter no more, because it's a depressing place, you know. People out there, conspiracy theories, people out there making enemies for people out there talking about shit they know nothing about and talking about it knowledgeably, bro. Like, are you talking knowledgeably about people you ain't never met?
People like Dways be yapping.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to come out and see some supporters of mine, have a little conversation, because I'm alone in the studio and it's dark and I'm feeling lonely.
Okay.
But yeah.
But what we know is some of his music, including tracks like The King's Betrayal and were taken down shortly after release in late 2024. And he publicly attributed those removals to label interference.
But you see, the thing is, the label saying that ZOOCCI doesn't go to the proper channels to clear the music. Because that's another thing. If you're just not going to do the paperwork and get the SAMRO sheets and do all those things as an artist, I just feel like, hey, it becomes a bit tricky now when the label's like, bro, this is the procedure. If you're not following the procedure, we can't put out the music. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. I'm not saying that I know bar for bar what's going on behind the scenes. I'm just saying of face value. I'm just commentating of face value, bro. If the label is saying, hey, do through all the right channels, and then, are you doing that? If you're not doing that, then they can't release the music, bro.
That's not normal rollout behavior. That's conflict. Now, this is where it gets heavy though. ZOOCCI has spoken about feeling dishonored, betrayed, He even hinted at possibly stepping back from releasing music to protect himself and his family from the fallout. That's not just industry drama, no. That's emotional pressure. When an artist says, I might stop dropping to protect my family, that's bigger than streams. That's stress.
Every contract has pros and cons. Lately,
Or delusion.
ZOOCCI has been posting emotional IG stories about beef and behind the scenes issues. In 2024, Marcus Harvey dissed him, clearly unhappy about how things were handled. Recently, Bikesh said ZOOCCI delayed parts of his album, which he was supposed to curate.
And according to public discussions, he also faced asset-related issues, including reportedly losing his car amid the dispute.
Nah, that's one that's
Again,
tough.
reportedly, because it's not confirmed publicly. But enough noise for fans to
Yeah,
start
but for Kenny to say it with his chest, it has to be.
tag free ZOOCCI, even me.
The
Even
boy has
him.
tried, he's run out of money, he's lost his car because of this.
That's
Hey.
fucked up, man.
So, but I've taken his battle upon my shoulders. He will get out of that label.
And when hip-hop fans really like that, that means they believe something unfair is happening. Then it got even more interesting because Kenny Kunene went on Podcast and Chill with Mac G and Saul and publicly spoke about ZOOCCI's situation. Now, when a politician enters a music contract dispute, that's when you know this isn't just industry gossip. No. Kunene reportedly offered support to ZOOCCI amid the ongoing legal battle. That changes perception.
So why are the other Stay Low artists allowed to release music? May I just ask that? I just want to know because we make it seem like yes, Stay Low just don't want people to release music, bruv. I'm just being fair. I'm playing both sides, bruv. You know, I want ZOOCCI to be freed. I want them to let ZOOCCI go, bruv, because clearly ZOOCCI's not happy. I want ZOOCCI to be happy. But like, bro, if you sign something, if you're on a contract, or if you signed anything at Stay Low, bruh, this is why we shouldn't be signing things, guys. This is why we shouldn't be signing things at all. If you signed anything at any label, bro, they could use that signature 10 times over. There's clauses and ways they could manipulate to use your signature for other things that you know nothing about, bro. There's clauses in the contract to do that, bro. So once you sign, just know, sign. That's why they say you signing away your soul, because that signature doesn't just mean, okay, I read this. Oh, cool, I'm signing this. Once you sign this, once they have that signature on that paper, bro, it's like your blood. It's like you put your blood there. You know what I'm saying? It's like a sacrifice. Now, if the label loves you and respects you, they're not going to use that signature fraudulently. But if they don't, they're going to use it negatively. And they're going to use it in a way that doesn't benefit you. And I don't think it's that they don't want you to put out music. They don't want you to benefit as much as they will from your music. And that's the real problem here, bro. Clearly.
Because now, this isn't just artist versus label. It's artist versus system. And the system is powerful, bro. Too powerful.
A lot of young people have come to me, including ZOOCCI. ZOOCCI future is being destroyed by some white family.
Ow.
By the son of the legendary Stain. They own Stain City.
Stain City.
Yeah.
His
They own Hallmark as well. Yes, his father left him with a fortune. And he has employed some boy, some white boy, I can't remember his name, that evil boy.
Okay, well, we went through this. I don't think I want to really bore you guys with the same thing that I've already reacted to. If you want to watch the full video, go check out the link down below. I'll link the video for YL Talks, but I've already watched this whole thing. So, I mean, like, you know, let's be serious about life. So I'm going to just move forward here.
That label.
Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's zoom out. This isn't the first time we've seen SA artists struggle with contracts. We've seen public disputes before. Artists claiming bad deals. Labels claiming contractual rights. Music getting blocked. Careers stalling. The music isn't
The way man spelled blocked, boy. Yes. Wild, boy.
just talent. It's paperwork.
Blocked.
And paperwork can lock you in
Blockade.
ways talent can unlock.
What I think of ZOOCCI
I also have spelling mistakes.
whole-roundedly, I think he's very focused, man. That's one thing about ZOOCCI. You know, if it's he has his priorities in order. If it's about music, it's about music. You know what I mean? If you're just chilling, you're just chilling. When you get to know him as a person, you get to understand that he loves what he does, and it's all that matters to him. He takes care of it. You know what I mean? He takes care of it. So ZOOCCI is a very focused person. That's what ZOOCCI is. ZOOCCI's coming for it. And as a person, ZOOCCI, you can tell ZOOCCI's understanding. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If an artist signs something they later regret or alleges wasn't probably handled, getting out isn't easy, especially when money is involved.
Hey, that's the
Just
problem.
listen to ZOOCCI's recent releases like Current State of Mind V.
It's very hard to prove that you ain't signed the contract. You know, you see your signature on the contract you ain't never seen, you will start believing in magic. But
you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, they can use your signature once you sign to that original contract, then they could now later take your signature and use it with clauses, with legal clauses, and use it for other things, other deals you know nothing of, like I said earlier on. So it's like, it's tricky. It's a tricky thing for artists to understand, because when they come into the game, they're signing from a perspective of, yo, you know, these are my people. These are the people that's helping me. They believe in me. Surely, you know, they don't really break down the contract to a T. Only after, when they start to see the coins are not communicating, that's when they start to say, damn, bro, what's going on here? And then it's not that ZOOCCI can't release music. It's that he can't benefit the way he wants to from the music he releases. The label, obviously, from the deal he signed and whatever they might have done behind the scenes to use his name and likeness, because he might have signed that away to them too. You know, he might have signed his production company away to them. Who knows what happened? You know, I'm not saying that the label didn't do any wrong. I'm just saying, once you sign, boy, be prepared to fight, bruh. Once you sign on that dotted line, be prepared to fight, bruv. Ain't nobody want to just see you make it out here. People want to get in your pockets, bruv. There's no label that doesn't want to see you succeed, bruh. They want to eat off you, bruh. And that's clearly it. And if you sign, then you're giving them that permission, or you're at least opening that doorway for them to exploit you, bruh. I'm sorry, that's just what it is.
You can hear the frustration. You can hear somebody venting. It doesn't sound like marketing. It sounds like someone fighting, bro. And when art becomes your only outlet during legal stress, bro, that's pressure. Imagine wanting to drop music, but you legally can't. That's torture for a creative.
Guys, let's just stop signing, bro. Even stop signing to these American people, bro.
Oh.
Because it's honestly just killing us in
bro.
hip-hop.
Right.
Signing is... it's a no-no.
Every time I see somebody sign, career just stagnates, or it just becomes complicated or messy, or the artist just starts to not make sense anymore. Remember when Elaine signed? Elaine was supposed to be killing the game right now, bro. Hey, Elaine is now only jumping on piano trying to scrape together something, bro. Elaine had the motion before Tyler, dude. Before Tyler, she was signing to Columbia, bro. But you see, when you sign overseas, even when you sign Mzansi, bro, hey, you know, maybe, I don't even want to say that, but anyway, let's carry on.
Blackie was even crying, bro. We couldn't hear from Blackie.
Nasty was crying.
Saying, hey, Blackie wasn't active. It's because of such things.
So now, the question isn't, is ZOOCCI talented? No. We all know he is. The question is, can an artist truly be free if their contract isn't? Like, can the industry protect creativity if paperwork becomes a cage? And more importantly, what happens if one of SA hip-hop's most respected producers feels trapped?
I want to answer each and every one of these questions. Firstly, can an artist truly be free in their contract? Right? No. If you're in a contract, there's no freedom, bro. How can you be free if you're signing to a contract? It's basically like you're saying, I'm going to go to prison, lock myself in prison, but still want to be free. That's what you're basically doing with a contract. A contract, no matter what, clauses are holding, they are binding you. It's putting ropes on you. It's like chains. That's what a contract is. You have to adhere to this paperwork. All right? So you can't truly be free in a contract. It's impossible, bro. Can the industry protect creativity if paperwork becomes a cage? Can the industry protect creativity if paperwork becomes a cage? No, because paperwork is what makes the industry. There's no industry without paperwork, bro. If there's no paperwork, you can't make things flow. People can't get paid properly. This person doesn't know his percentage. This person doesn't know who's on the track, who to pay, who has rights to this song, who made the beat. There has to be paperwork in order for there to be formality and an industry. Because in industry, there has to be money flowing around it, right? So in order for that money to flow freely and properly, there has to be paperwork. There has to be things like that. But at the end of the day, creativity and business are separate, bruh. There's two separate things. You can be creative as you want to be, but that doesn't make you business smart. And you can be as business wise as you want to be, but that doesn't make you creative, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, next question. What happens if one of SA hip hop's most respected producers feels trapped? Well, he should have never signed the contract to begin with. Plain and simple. Either he buys himself out the contract, negotiates better, I don't know, adheres to whatever stipulations until he can be freed from the contract. Maybe ZOOCCI must show us the contract, the public, to let us see, because maybe if we can see what the clauses are, maybe the pressure of the people will free ZOOCCI. Maybe that's what will happen. I don't know, but that's the only thing he can do. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to get out of this legally, because there's no way in hell, bruv. There's no way in hell they can just create your signature out of nowhere. They can't do that, bruv. They can't do. But if you signed once, if you ever touched your pen on their paper, it's over, bruh. Then it's over, bro. Then it's over. Then they can do whatever they want, whatever trickery they want. But if you've never signed a paper on Stalo's desk, in Stalo's building, on Stain Entertainment's base, if you've never signed no contract with these people ever, then they cannot do this. And this is why I'm saying ZOOCCI signed a bad deal. That's what this is. As much as he wants to give us tears, yes, free ZOOCCI, but it's a bad deal. These labels are not here for you. But I'm also not going to sit here and be like, the label's terrible, because now why are you signing your ZOOCCI coke dope, bro? If anyone, you didn't have to sign, bro. If anyone, for me personally, ZOOCCI didn't have to sign. Especially at the time he signed, ZOOCCI didn't have to do that. But he did that. So he got it now, make the bed he lies in, bro. This is the bed you made, you gotta lie in it, bruh. This is the bed you made, bruv. So at the end of the day, like I want ZOOCCI to be free. I want ZOOCCI to prosper. I want him to drop music. I think ZOOCCI is one of the best creatives SA hip hop has ever seen. Like all around producer, rapper, artist combo, even a producer of other artists. And I'm not talking just making beats. I mean actually constructing their whole image, vibe, sound, look. The art direction, like ZOOCCI is one of them ones, bro. One of them ones. And that's why Stain Entertainment or Stalo probably don't want to let him go until he adheres to the contract. Because they're like, bro, we know that ZOOCCI, we can make millions if ZOOCCI really on his grind. Because ZOOCCI's, like I said, he's producing for other people, making other people's projects, doing his own things. He has his own artists. ZOOCCI is the ultimate super producer, basically. So they don't want to let that go, and I understand it. But hey, man, read your paperwork, artists. Read your paperwork. I know you thirsty, you hungry for success, man. But just because somebody puts a paper in your face saying, I'm gonna give you this amount, I'm gonna give you these opportunities, don't just be like, oh, you know what? I need this now. I don't care. I'll deal with the legalities later, because later is when you'll be struggling and you'll be losing cars, losing coins, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but what do I know, bro? I'm just a dude yapping in a blue box, bro. What the fuck do I know, bro? Like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Dways on Blaze. Shout out Wild Talks. Let's go.